I would just keep it usual, the same.
How are you feeling, Sefo?
I'm feeling pretty well. How about yourself? I'm feeling good. I passed all the concussion testing, cleared to play this week. So that's that.
When were you cleared the protocol? How long did that take?
I believe I was cleared Sunday. I don't know how long. It took a week or so, a week and a half. But I got cleared Sunday to play this week, and so that's what that. I'm just happy to be concussion free, just for life in general.
First concussion for you?
Yeah, definitely a new experience. But hopefully we don't have that anymore.
So, big storyline is, Jordan's going to start getting some playing time. How do you feel that he's going to be taking some snaps against Oregon and potentially against Utah?
That's great. It's good. Jordan brings a lot to the table. Some things that I can't even bring. Obviously, he's faster than me. You can't deny that. I can't say I run a 4.4 or anything like that. But it's good for the team. It's good for him. I think people are trying to make a bigger deal out of it than it is. So both of us are going to play, and that's just how it's going to be. And I still expect both of us to play really at a high level and help the offense excel. No, obviously I just wanted to focus on healing from the concussion, and then focusing on Oregon. Whatever reps you get, whether that be in practice in the summer or in games, you just want to do the best that you can, control what you can control. Ultimately, the coach makes the decision, and you live by that. But you just want to play the best each time you get.
Has it been discussed how playing time might be divided up, or is that something that comes on game day?
Probably on game day. Nothing really has changed. Nobody in the coaching staff has made a big deal about anything. It's just been a normal week. Obviously, I think we're splitting more reps. We want to make sure I don't have any more relapses on my concussion, but which is fine, normal. Just something you have to live with.
Sefo, regardless of reasoning for it, how big is it to have your backup have some experience, because you never know what's going to happen, like with injuries or things like that. As you're going into the next two games or even next year, how big is that to have him have experience?
It's definitely important. I think people always want to turn it into a competition, but it's a team sport. Obviously each person wants to play, but it's a, I guess, corny saying, but you're only as good as your weakest link. Everyone needs to be on the same level. Jordan needs to be just as prepared as me. The backup left tackle needs to be just as prepared as the starting tackle, because you don't want anyone to come into the game and not be prepared to play, and then it all goes downhill from there. So it's good for him to get experience. It's good for him to play. It's just good to leave it at that.
So, do you feel that you can beat Oregon?
Definitely. I don't see why we couldn't beat Oregon or we couldn't beat any team in the country. Besides one game, where we just gave away a lot of points in the first half against USC. We've been in every game. Even against Arizona State, when nobody really thought we could stay with them. We played with them. I think we outplayed them for the most part. We just didn't score points. So I definitely think we can beat Oregon, and the whole team has that mentality, and other people may not see it that way, but we just know that we have to go out there and execute, and execute for 4 quarters.
Are you excited at all to play in Austin, just given what that stadium brings with the crowd and kind of being one of the more prestigious stadiums to play across the country?
Yeah, definitely. You always want to play on the biggest stage possible, and right now that's a pretty big venue to play at. It's pretty loud there, so it's definitely exciting to go in there and play a great team, and be able to compete with some of the best players in the country.
Sefo, other than winning, what are you hoping to get out of these last 2 games?
Obviously, just to get better. There's always something that you see on film that you can improve on, I guess, as offense, individually. So we definitely have to use these last 2 games. Obviously we can't go to a bowl game anymore, but to use it as a stepping stone to next year, for spring ball especially, because, football never stops, honestly. I mean, we're here pretty much every week, every day, except for a couple weeks out of the year, and, we're going to try and get better for next year because, we've seen what the improvements we've made. Obviously, we haven't had as many wins as last year, but we're definitely improving as a team, and we're a lot better than last year.
Obviously, Oregon is a national championship contender. Is the spoiler role something that you guys can take on as a team?
We just want to go in there and, go 1-0. It sounds like a cheesy saying, but, if we spoil them and win, that's all cool, and everyone will call it a spoiler. But, we honestly think that we can win, and, that's our goal. That's what the mentality we're going in with, and so, we just want to go in there and win. We don't want to put any extra hype on it or anything like that.
What do you see from Oregon's defense on film?
They're a very athletic team, from the front seven to the DBs, good corners, safeties. I mean, I don't want to say a typical Pac-12 team because not each defense is the same, but, each defense in the Pac-12 is a very good defense, and we just need to be able to hit our assignments and be consistent with the ball, take care of the ball, and just be able to move the ball. I mean, they're a good defense, and we're just going to have to play really well against them.
I know you have to spend all your time looking at defenses, but do you take a peek at fellow quarterbacks and especially Mariota, that kind of thing, see what he does, and what are your, if so, what are your impressions of him?
So I haven't watched a ton of football outside of, if we have a bye week, I'll watch a little bit of college football. But from what I've seen, I saw him at the Manning camp. Really good quarterback. Obviously everyone hypes him up to be a really good quarterback, which he is. I think he's thrown only a couple of picks this year. He's a good quarterback. He's running for the Heisman, but, I have faith and trust in my defense, to stop him. So, I don't want to build him up too much because, I have faith in the defense that they'll stop him.